The purpose of this tutorial is to introduce you to the fishing game. For students, you can expect to spend an hour or more, so be sure that you have enough time. If the game has been assigned as a class homework problem, the results of your game play will be emailed to your teacher. First, you will need to log in. For a class, enter your email address and the class code provided by your teacher. You can also register as a single player, and a registration code will be emailed to you. You can get an overview of the game at the introduction screen. Before starting, though, it's a good idea to click the How to Play button to get more in-depth information. Let's end the slideshow and return to the overview screen. Click the Choose Game Scenario button. Next, you choose one of the 4 game management scenarios. The choices are Free-for-all, Limited Fishing Season, Marine Reserves, and Catch Shares. It's best if you play each one in order, but you can play a scenario multiple times or go back and repeat a scenario if you like. After selecting a scenario by checking the box next to the description, click Go Play the Fishing Game. Each scenario is preceded by a start screen. Buttons along the top access the gameplay, information, and modeling functions. Click the Regulations Rules button to start the scenario. This is where you input the parameters for each scenario. There are no entries for the free-for-all scenario. To continue, click Play the Game, the underlined text. The game parameters are entered at the underlined text. You may need to click more than once to activate the entry field. After you enter your value, press the Tab or Enter key to open the next entry field. When your entries are finished, click the 2 Fishing Boats button and the year's fishing begins. The screen shows the weather and number of boats fishing by each company. These values and the fish population affect the total catch. Click on the Return to Port button to complete the season. At the end of each season, a financial report is generated. It shows the bank balances and fleet values of each of the fishing companies. Other reports are available with different information. Reports of past years and plots of the game as it is played can be generated. After the reports are interpreted, the next year's fishing is initiated by clicking the Buy Trade button. And the game continues for 10 years. At the 10th year, the game report shows the final game results. All of the yearly reports are available for analysis. The history report, which plots year-by-year game results, is very useful for a quick analysis. At the end of the game, you can also plot the fish population during the game play. The labels at the top are colored to match the corresponding line on the plot. This plot shows the catches increasing as the number of ships fishing in each region increases, but declines as the fisheries are overfished. A plot of the yearly income shows the impact of the decline in fish population. A plot of the fish population shows this as well. To end the scenario, click the Buy Trade or Continue button. A summary of the scenario result is displayed. Click the Continue button and you will be asked to answer a question about your thoughts after playing this scenario. Write about how the management strategy affected your company's profits and whether the results predict a promising future. How did the management strategy and your competitors' decisions affect this outcome? You can play the scenario again if you want, and you will be able to add to or change your answer to this question. After answering this question, you can choose a new scenario. It is best to play them in order, but for the sake of this tutorial, the last scenario, Catch Shares, will be chosen. All of the management scenarios, except the first, have questions to answer both before and after play. Except for the first scenario, you will need to use the Planning Theory tool to set the management parameters and predict their effectiveness. For the catch shares scenario, you need to predict the total number of ships that will be sent to each fishing area and the allowable catch that will be divided among the 3 companies. Here we send 100 ships to each area and set the catch limit to 10,000 fish. The catches plot shows that catches increase, then drop drastically, indicating that the catch limits are too high. A plot of the populations shows that the catch has declined because the fish population has declined, which indicates overfishing. First, you need to determine the maximum catch that will sustain the fisheries, then determine the number of boats to send to fish, which will determine the company's expenses and its profits. After you have determined the optimum values, click the Regulations Rules button and enter the values for the next round. The other scenarios are played in a similar fashion. Now we jump to the conclusion of the game. The conclusion is initiated by clicking the Enter Your Game Results button. A dialog box reminds you of unplayed scenarios. If you skip this step, you will not get the final report screen, and for a class, your game results will not be sent to your teacher. You get a last chance to edit your post-scenario question responses and answer a couple of summary questions. After the questions are answered, the complete game report is displayed. If the game is played as a homework assignment, the report is emailed to your instructor. You can also print the report. That's the end of this tutorial. I hope the game helps you learn about the tragedy of the commons and management issues that relate to fisheries sustainability.